Welcome back on this Friday, just 1 week until Christmas Day. And as we read this passage, we are starting to get into those Emmanuel prophecies. I'm excited for them. So let's start going. Chapter 7, verse 1. In the days of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, Rezin, the king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, came up to Jerusalem to wage war against it, but they could not mount an attack against it. When the house of David was told Syria is in league with Ephraim, the heart of Ahaz and the heart of the people shook as the trees of the forest shake in the wind. Here's what's happening, is Judah and Israel have separated. That happened right after Solomon's reign. Israel are the northern 10 tribes. Judah is Judah and Benjamin absorbed into it. And what has happened is the bad kings are ruling in Israel, and they have made an alliance with the Assyrians, who are just north of Israel. So Judah's in the south, Israel's the northern kingdom, also called Samaria. Above that is Syria, and then farther north to that is Assyria, or Nineveh is its capital city. The Assyrians were growing in power. So Israel, or Ephraim as it is also called here, and Syria made an agreement, an alliance to protect themselves, to form a bigger force against Nineveh, or the Assyrians. And they're trying to get Ahaz, the king of Judah, to join in this treaty with them to stand up against the king. And he is refusing. There is great fear in the hearts of the people. It seems as though Ahaz is rejecting that call, but is unsure what to do. Let's continue now with verse 3. And the Lord said to Israel, go out to meet Ahaz, you and Shear-Jashub, your son, at the end of the conduit of the upper pool of the highway to the washer's field, and say to him, be careful, be quiet, do not fear, and do not let your heart be faint because of these two smoldering stumps of firebrands, at the fierce anger of Rezin and Syria and the son of Remaliah, because Syria with Ephraim and the son of Remaliah has devised evil against you, saying, let us go against Judah and terrify it, and let us conquer it for ourselves, and let us set up Tabeel as king in the midst of it. So what is happening here? Isaiah is telling Ahaz is supposed to tell Ahaz what is going on, that they are trying to destroy him so they can set up a puppet king that will agree with them and join into that agreement to go up against the Assyrians. Verse 7, thus says the Lord, it shall not stand. That is the alliance that they are trying to make. It shall not come to pass. For the head of Syria is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin. And within 65 years, Ephraim will be shattered from being a people. And the head of Ephraim is Samaria, and the head of Samaria is a son of Remaliah. If you are not firm in faith, you will not be firm at all. So as he looks at this, he's saying, don't enter into agreements with them. Don't worry about them either. Be faithful. Trust in the Lord. The Lord will provide for you a way out. Don't worry about them and what they're doing. Within 65 years, it says Ephraim will be shattered from being a people. Ephraim is one of those words that is used for Israel in this place, the nation of Israel. It is one of the tribes, saying that it will be shattered from being a people. You see, what the Assyrians would do is they would come in, destroy the city. The men that were survivors, they would take to populate another land and bring men from another land in to marry the women. In other words, they would destroy all kinds of any nationalistic feeling there was towards a land by the people living there. It was their way of conquering and destroying a people. But God tells Isaiah to tell Ahaz this: if you are not firm in faith, you will not be firm at all. That is the key. In other words, trust in the Lord, have a strong faith in him, or it's all useless. No matter how much preparing, no matter how many treaties you make, they will fail. Trust in the Lord. That is your one way. We get to that more on Monday. Come back as we hear and pick up more of this great prophecy from Isaiah. God bless. Have a great weekend.